Well, hello there. It's turned out to be quite a snowy day. I don't know if you could make out what that is behind me. That is the diving platform out on the lake. We've had a bit of a shock this morning. A tree fell on our house. There's a very, very subtle clue as to that being okay, because the sentence is not the tree fell through our house. It literally fell on and stayed on. We've got the emergency people going to be coming over and lifting it up and over, but it turns out that basically what happens is the trees in this particular type of snow, they get so heavy, weighed down with so much snow, and then the wind catches them, and because there's more snow on the branches, they capture the wind easier, and that's what blows them over sideways. So well, I'm learning a whole bunch of stuff by being out in the countryside like this, and it reminds me of something I was thinking about recently with regards to this claim that the problem with our society as it is now is that we're the first civilization in the world to not know what to tell its children, and the theory is that we all need some kind of common enemy to unite against in order to realize the camaraderie and stability of community, and that's always worked for fueling and energizing tribalism, and that seems to have been an always and forever pattern for human settlement and growth and sustenance and all that sort of stuff. But now we've found out the world is round, we're actually learning that kind of behaviour is just a tradition. It's not necessarily wisdom. Obviously, winning wars is better than losing them. So this is why we've got ourselves trapped in this dynamic. And what I was saying, the reason why we need a common enemy to unify us, and why it's relevant to what I'm talking about now, is that, well, the environment is bigger than all of us, and it's definitely trying to kill us. That's why we live indoors. Some poor bloody homeless people were frozen to death in a sharp, murderous wind in America recently. This is going on all the time, and always has been going on all the time. So the importance is that we actually start manufacturing and manifesting a more humane and catering element to our civil creeds, I would say. It doesn't really matter what civilization you come from or what culture you feel needs to reinforce its boundaries. If you are seen to be benefiting whilst others are failing and drowning, it perpetuates this tribalism, survival, hostile thing, and it's not the world we should be handing down to our children, I don't believe. We got to be careful for each other. It's what we got to be now. All this stuff that's happening with the economy, and all this stuff that's happening with world trade and claims of independence and claims of internationalism and superpowers and third world and all these different manifestations of descriptive logic, they're all for nothing. They're all for nothing. They're like flags of allegiance, but they have their limits and they have their boundaries. Their boundaries are their limits. But look at this. Look, there's a tree on the house. You see that? I was under that when it landed. That was such a thud. It was such a thud. You know? That could have been it for me. Well, I'm not making a big deal out of it. I'm not like, not that bothered. But being alive is rare, and that's what makes it precious, and that's what makes it sacred. And this thing that I was saying about we don't really know what to tell our children, tell them life is sacred. Why not? I think it happens to be true. But nature is definitely trying to kill us. And that's why we had to invent. And to all those poor people that got trampled under the gears of progress, we need to lay our ancestors to rest by not making this a race. We need to make it a cooperative venture. We need to start using the internet for the tool we always imagined it to be. We thought it was going to make us able to connect with other people. And it has. It has. One of the major temptations of the West, or whatever it is the convenience. The convenience of rendering the life and death struggle to a mere metaphor that we can make culture and jokes about. That's privilege. I think the idea that the West internally attacks itself for privilege and power dynamics, it's not what the rest of the world needs us to do. If the rest of the world is trying to blame us for what our part of the world has done, I don't know where I was going with that one. I didn't know really what I was going to say. But I guess just to summarise, the environment is undoubtedly larger than us. And all the work that's gone before to have us survive up until this point with this kind of onslaught is something to be grateful for. It's an achievement. And we shouldn't be destroying achievements.